You are in your kitchen, making a cup of coffee. You are already running 5 minutes late. You reach for the sugar and your elbow catches a spoon on the counter. It hits the floor with a small metallic clink, and something inside you just breaks. Your eyes fill with tears before you've made any conscious decision to cry. Your heart is hammering. You are standing over a completely harmless piece of silverware, feeling an overwhelming, crushing sense of defeat. I cannot do this. I literally cannot handle one more thing. To anyone watching, you are overreacting. You look dramatic, unstable. And the worst part is, some part of you agrees. You feel a hot, burning shame for falling apart over something this small. Then, 3 weeks later, something actually goes wrong. A medical emergency, a car accident, a workplace crisis that has everyone else screaming or frozen solid, and something strange happens inside you. The fog lifts, your heart rate slows, you become cold, precise, and completely efficient. You know exactly who to call, you know exactly what to do first. You move through the chaos with a clarity that shocks everyone in the room. And the moment it's over, the moment everyone is safe, you go back to your kitchen, drop a piece of toast, and fall apart. Society tells us that emotional strength is a flat line, that if you are truly stable, you should handle the small moments and the catastrophic ones with equal composure. So when you flip between incapable and superhuman, people call you unreliable. They tell you to toughen up over the small stuff, and you start to believe them. But here is what is actually happening, and it changes everything. You are not dramatic. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are experiencing a specific, documented neurological phenomenon. Your brain is not reacting to the spoon. It is reacting to everything the spoon represents. And the reason you stay calm in a real crisis is not despite your sensitivity. It is because of it. Your brain was forged in chaos. It has been preparing for disaster your entire life. To understand why, we need 2 psychological frameworks: the window of tolerance and calibration to chaos. Your window of tolerance is the emotional zone where your nervous system can process and respond effectively. For most people, small daily frustrations, a dropped spoon, a traffic jam, a late reply, sit comfortably inside that window. But for you, the window is extremely narrow during ordinary peaceful life. Why? Because you are likely living with a high allostatic load, accumulated invisible stress that your body has been carrying for so long it has become your baseline. By the time that spoon hits the floor, your nervous system is already at 99% capacity. The spoon isn't the problem. The spoon is the 100th. You aren't crying about silverware. You are releasing 10 miles of weight that you have been carrying alone, in silence, and the spoon just happened to be the last ounce. Now here is the second piece: calibration to chaos. If you grew up in an environment that was unpredictable, volatile, or emotionally unsafe, your brain absorbed a very specific lesson early on, that calm is temporary and something difficult is always coming. So your nervous system never fully learned how to rest. It learned how to wait. In peaceful, ordinary moments, your threat detection system has nothing real to process, so it turns its full force onto whatever is available: a clink on the floor, an unanswered message, a slightly wrong tone of voice. It is a soldier standing in a quiet meadow, still wearing full armor, scanning for an ambush that hasn't come yet. But when a real crisis arrives, the external world finally matches your internal state. The thing you have been bracing for your entire life is here. And your brain says, I know this. I have been rehearsing for this. The adrenaline that usually manifests as background anxiety suddenly has a purpose. Your hypervigilance transforms into hyperfocus. You don't panic because you've been living in low-grade pre-panic for years. You are the only person in the room who isn't surprised. Not everyone who functions this way got there the same way. There are 3 distinct types of crisis calm people, and knowing which one you are will help you release the shame you carry in the quiet moments. Type 1. The sensory overloader. Your nervous system takes in everything: the texture of your clothes, the hum of the refrigerator, the emotional undercurrent of a conversation, the specific quality of light in a room. Small inconveniences don't feel small because they arrive on top of everything else you're already processing. A loud noise or a lost set of keys isn't just one thing, it lands on a system that was already full. But in a genuine crisis, your brain does something extraordinary. It enters triage mode, drops every non-essential signal, and locks onto the single most important thing in the room. For the first time, everything that isn't the crisis simply doesn't exist. The overwhelm vanishes, and you become the clearest mind in the building. Type 2. The dissociative fixer. In a crisis, you don't actually feel calm. You feel nothing. Your brain learned long ago how to separate you from your own fear so you could keep functioning. It takes the emotion, puts it in a box, locks the box, and slides it somewhere out of reach until the danger is over. This is why you are the one issuing instructions while everyone else is falling apart. And this is why 3 days after the emergency, when everyone else has recovered, you suddenly can't get off the bathroom floor. The box opened. The calmness was real, and it cost you something. That isn't weakness. That is what it looks like when someone has spent years learning to survive. Type 3. The adrenaline architect. Your nervous system was calibrated in high-intensity conditions, which means ordinary life has always felt strangely flat, like watching the world through glass, like moving through something slightly too slow and slightly too dull to hold your attention. Small tasks feel disproportionately exhausting because your brain is simply not running at the voltage it was built for. But when the stakes rise, you come fully online. The adrenaline that the situation produces isn't overwhelming, it is clarifying. It is the frequency your brain was tuned to all along. You aren't addicted to chaos. You are someone whose extraordinary capabilities finally have a situation worthy of them. The work is learning how to access that aliveness in smaller doses without needing a crisis to unlock it. People call the person who cries over a broken egg sensitive, and they say it like it is something to be ashamed of. But think about what that word actually means. Sensitive, highly attuned, wired to detect what others miss. The same nervous system that registers a dropped spoon as unbearable is the exact same nervous system that stays operational when the building is on fire. Your reaction to small things is not evidence that you are failing. It is evidence that you are exhausted. Your nervous system has been doing an enormous, largely invisible job, scanning, bracing, protecting, and the spoon just happened to arrive when there was nothing left in reserve. So the next time you drop something small and feel the tears coming, don't reach for shame. Take a breath and tell your nervous system the one thing it most needs to hear. There is nothing to fight right now. You can rest. We are safe. You are allowed to be undone by the small things. You have held yourself together through the large ones for a very long time. Your worth is not measured in how you handle a spilled cup of coffee. It is measured in the fact that when the world starts to burn, you are the one walking calmly toward the fire. So tell me, which one are you? The sensory overloader, the dissociative fixer, or the adrenaline architect? Drop your type in the comments. I read every single one. If this video made you feel a little less crazy and a lot more understood, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to keep these deep dives going, hit the join button to become a channel member. It genuinely means the world. Now, if your nervous system operates at this level of constant vigilance, there is a very good chance you also know exactly what it feels like to have everything you need to start something and still not be able to move. Click the video on your screen right now to find out the real psychology behind functional freeze.
why your brain stalls even when the stakes are high, and why it has nothing to do with laziness. I'll see you there.